I'm Anthony. Earlier this year, I made a bold decision. I left my safe and comfortable corporate job to step into the unknown and start traveling the world. I absolutely love the culture, the food, and the sights of Kyoto, Japan. Today, I am meeting up with a friend who I've met on another trip. Dangerously good.
Yes. Don't stare the monkeys in the eye.
The bouncer got involved, told them to take that stuff outside.
But more than that, Japan has taught me to keep challenging my comfort zone.
Everybody was naked, uncomfortable at first.
Let me show you how their way of life left a lasting impression on me.
We survived our first bicycle trip. It's so crazy that they just trust these bicycles here and no one locks them up.
This is Fushimi Inari Taisha, one of Japan's most famous shrines, and when we first arrived, it was packed. At first, we thought it was going to be just another overcrowded tourist trap. But what most of the tourists don't realize is that if you make the effort to climb the stairs and head further up the mountain, the crowds thin out dramatically. Beyond the main shrine, you'll find a sprawling network of gates and smaller shrines where people actually come to pray. We were surprised to discover entire pathways where we could walk in solitude, soaking in the peaceful atmosphere. I also found this interesting.
The gates run on donations and they cost anywhere from $3,000 to up to $7,000 US.
So I've heard one of the tour guides, the bigger the donation, the bigger the gate.
The vermilion color is believed to ward off evil spirits because these shrines date back to the 8th century, making it one of Japan's oldest and most revered Shinto shrines.
So after the Fushimi Inari temple, we walked right into Kyoto's famous street food scene. And I don't know what it is about street food. I don't even know what half of it is, and I just jump right in and I just try it. It's kind of fun.
Thank you. Just chicken thigh on a stick, right? On a skewer.
If you're wondering what this is, I think it's okonomiyaki, which is a Japanese pancake. They basically put the batter on the griddle and it gets loaded up with cabbage, topped with sauce and mayo and eggs. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what all was in it, but it was just absolutely delicious. It was the best thing I had on that street.
We opted for a chill afternoon biking throughout Kyoto looking for a cafe to stop at, but that did not come without struggles.
Fun part of traveling. Trying to translate everything that's in Japanese.
So do we pay after?
We have no chance of figuring out what it actually says. Hey Dylan, I'm gonna need you to quiet down on that bike.
Sorry.
We didn't even need these bells on these bikes because they were so loud.
Yeah, I would just squeak at people and look behind her like that.
I'm pretty sure some people laughed at us as we went by.
Yeah.
It was pretty embarrassing, honestly. Well, that was a little chaotic coming in here.
You've probably seen this on Instagram before, but unlike what you see online, this place was absolutely packed. I mean, look at all the tripods and cameras and crowds going on here. I personally think that it would be better to bypass the fall foliage, come during the off season, and just try your best to avoid all the crowds. So we decided to just snap a few photos and get out of there.
Where do you want to go?
Wherever Nishiki Market is.
Okay. Very highly commercialized. Can't read all the Japanese, but I'm gonna see if they take Romanian. They wouldn't take my Romanian, so I'm officially on a quest to get rid of this Romanian currency. I've tried like 5 or 6 times in 3 different countries. Hi, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Large regular.
Can I get Wagyu?
Wagyu. Hi, どうぞ。はい。
Thank you. See how this flame grilled Wagyu is. Trying not to get killed in the road. Wow. That is so good. Oh my god. Super tender, very juicy. Practically just melts in your mouth. Just a little appetizer as we're looking for ramen.
I was intrigued by the unique dining concept at Ichiran, one of Japan's most famous ramen chains. The experience is designed for solo diners to fully enjoy the flavor of their ramen without any distractions. First, you order at a touchscreen kiosk and receive a printed ticket. Then you're seated at a private booth where you hand your ticket to the staff through a small window.
This is the perfect place to have a meal if I don't want to talk to anybody.
That's what the Kyoto is.
You don't
That's
even
why it's so popular, I think.
you don't even have to talk to the server.
Everything is served to you through that window so you never see the server, keeping the focus entirely on your meal. As for the horn you hear in the background, it's used to alert staff when an order is ready to be served. It's all part of the seamless and efficient experience Ichiran is known for.
Was that your first time riding a bike in Japan?
Yes.
Yeah. And we lived.
We did.
A few sketchy moments.
Like when we first heard on the road and you almost got hit by a car.
Yeah, well, they beeped at me and then I startled and totally forgot I was not supposed to move. And then I darted out in front of moving traffic.
That was actually pretty funny because I was just like, I think I called your name, Anthony, like that, and everyone just.
Oh yeah, I heard you, but I was committed. I'm going down fighting. I don't think they even know middle fingers here.
Yeah. No, they're too nice for that.
Time to pack it in. And so we actually just found this little garden hidden within the bamboo forest, or the bamboo grove. Not a lot of people do it. The bamboo grove is absolutely packed.
but for just $7 USD, you can come into this forest, which nobody does, and there's like barely any people here. Complimentary drinks.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What do you know about this monkey park?
Has a bunch of monkeys.
Are they aggressive?
We'll find out. Don't stare the monkeys in the eyes.
Oh my god. Yeah, don't stare them in the eye. Don't touch them. Don't feed them outside. And allow a 3-meter distance. Wonder if we'll witness any monkey fights today. I'm just here for the drama. All these warnings. Nothing like the smell of monkeys in the morning.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Alright, it's all the fight that we wanted.
Now it's time to leave.
The bouncer got involved, told them to take that stuff outside.
I don't know what the zookeepers are gonna do with that when they're beating the shit out of each other. Like, come in and separate them and get the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, right? I don't want to get tangled up in that. We set out for a nearby hike. Some bamboo with no tourists around.
Unreal.
I'm not overly recovered from my Chile trip yet. And my knees are like, no, not this again. Left? Are we lost? Just kidding, we're not lost. We got maps. Looks like to the left.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, we're not lost. Prices averted. But honestly, it was pretty uneventful. The overlook of the city wasn't much to write home about. But on the bright side, we were seeking solitude and mission accomplished. We didn't encounter any other people on the trail. And to top it off, the aerial shots I captured here made it feel worth it.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the video so far. We have another hike picked out, but this one's way up in the northern mountains north of Kyoto. So looking for a little bit more solitude and a little bit more traditional and unique Japan, and want to get out of the tourist areas a little bit. So, but at the end of it is going to be an onsen, or otherwise known as a hot spring, and that's big in Japanese culture. Never done an onsen before. I can't wait to see what that looks like and what that's all about. I like the trees.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
Literally straight as a pencil.
North of Kyoto, we visited the Kifune shrine surrounded by nature. The walk up had waterfalls, spots for offerings, and areas where people were praying. You can even ring the bell yourself, but use caution, as we found out when we rang it ourselves just a little too loudly.
I'm pretty sure you just disturbed the piece there.
The shrine complex itself didn't disappoint, with great views of the fall foliage and a surprisingly peaceful vibe despite the crowd.
Now we're headed up the street, gonna go check out the onsen. Did a little bit of quick research right before this and saw that nudity is actually required. Definitely gonna embrace the full nudity culture. I don't know how much filming I'll be able to do, but hopefully I can capture something. So let's go check that out and embrace the culture.
As far as the onsen goes, I really enjoyed my experience. Wanted to come back in a subsequent scene here just to reflect on my experience. They gave us a towel and a change of clothing, and we walked up a short hill up to where the locker rooms were located. You go into the locker room, men and women are separate, and you just get completely undressed in the locker room, and you walk out to the hot spring, and there's everybody there in their birthday suit, which, as a person from the Western world, a little odd at first and uncomfortable, but I did have another sauna experience where it was completely naked, so I was a little warmed up for it this time. And we're just all sitting there, just soaking in the hot water in the outdoors with the fall foliage right there, and it was very quiet and serene. I never could have imagined myself in this situation. And as cliche as it is, in just a few minutes, you get used to it and you realize like it's actually kind of freeing. You also realize that you're stretching yourself outside your comfort zone just a little bit. Free life advice for you guys if you want it that I have found really helpful in the last couple of years is that if you practice pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, you repeatedly just go a little bit outside your comfort zone over and over again, and that is actually what helps you grow as a person. Let's jump back into the video. This is Kyoto's Gion district. The mysterious entrances seen here reflect Japan's deep-rooted values of privacy, minimalism, and tradition. Designed for discretion, these understated doorways once catered to wealthy clients of geisha tea houses, preserving an air of exclusivity. It's really neat just to walk through the neighborhood and soak it all in. Then we decided to step inside a sake bar and experience the exclusivity for ourselves.
Kyoto sake?
Kyoto sake.
Yeah, one glass, please. Cheers.
Good on bars.
dangerously good.
Yes. In the section.
Get me out of here.
Oh.
It's got a mellow body that's similar to wine. To me, it does taste like wine.
It does.
Like vodka.
Yeah. It's kind of afraid to taste it. It tastes like straight liquor.
It's much more like the alcohol profile of wine, though.
Yeah.
We're drinking on an empty stomach. That's rookie mistake number one.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer it cold than hot.
Yeah. I was thinking of getting the hot one.
Get a sake flight. That's pretty cool, though.
あ、知ってる草間弥生
I don't know if I'm doing
草間
this
弥
right.
生 Japanese artist. Yes.
Wow.
そうやんな。Artist is so famous.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Wow, this looks amazing. And I definitely don't need more food after this, I'll be good. I always thought noodles were just noodles, but these guys took it to the next level. Wow, this is delicious.
I wanted to share with you 3 takeaways that I had from my experience here in Japan. Number 1, stepping outside my comfort zone leads to personal growth. You know, we went from navigating the bike machines.
Say we're having a lot of luck today with these bike racks, but we need to lock it still. You know, like everyone else's bike is locked. We put in the number, I think. So I'm number 8. Where are you at?
All the way to the Japanese onsen where everybody was naked and it was a little uncomfortable at first. Number 2, a deep-rooted sense of community and order here in Japan. For example, I was eating at a ramen restaurant just the other night. I walked into the restaurant. Waitress that was escorting me to my table yelled something in Japanese and the whole restaurant yelled something back. And I'm like, what's going on here? That is something of a Japanese tradition where they welcome in the guests to dinner and then they bid farewell to the guests that are leaving dinner, and it helps to build that sense of community. And I thought that was so cool. Takeaway number 3 is Japan's hospitality. The locals here were so unbelievably polite and warm and welcoming. They always had a huge smile on their face. I just could not believe just how welcoming the culture was, even to foreigners. That wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and saw something cool. If you liked this video, please feel free to share it with somebody and pass it along. I really appreciate that. Also, be sure to make sure that you click on the subscribe button because there are more videos coming your way. I am literally leaving today for my next destination, which is going to be the next video I post. So please make sure that you're subscribed and you stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Check it out. Finally looking the part. Let's go check out Thailand. This year, I made a bold move. I left the comfort of the United States to live in various countries throughout Southeast Asia. I'm bringing you along to show you what it's really like to embrace this way of life. But before settling into countries like Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam, I visited the Great Wall of China. Growing up, I thought places like this were out of reach, only for the privileged to experience.
Can't even believe I'm actually here.
But here I am, standing on one of the most iconic landmarks in the world. Along the way, my guide shared some fascinating facts about its history that gave me a whole new appreciation for this wonder.
Wow, that is crazy.
Stay tuned as I share my experience on the Great Wall and kick off this exciting journey through Asia.